Zach Hamlin and Levi McIntyre. Both of these rookies are going to have some pretty big shoes to fill up, as they're about to have a legion of 40 cars going to try to push up behind them and try to win this thing. This is going to be 30 laps of the first race of the third season of the NASCAR SEGA Cup. I really hope all of my subscribers on YouTube stay tuned to watch these races. The pace car is about to make its way onto pit road. Zach Hamlin, Levi McIntyre, P2 London, and Chris Washer. That is our top four, and they are about to go double file through the tri-oval. The green flag is out. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. Heading into turns 3 and 4, we already got our first battle for the lead. P2 London, he takes it away from Zach Hamlin, but coming up right behind him is the hometown boy, Michael Norman. Heading into the tri-oval to lead the first lap. And oh man, with a charging push, it's going to be P2 London, but Michael Norman, he just barely missed it. And oh boy, trying to make a 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Dougie Shears. He's being pushed by Jessica Shelton in the 4. Jessica Shelton, she's running a very special Budweiser paint scheme. She has her teammate Rohit Vedarvu coming up right behind her. And coming up behind Vedarvu is James Qualls. And oh boy, Rohit Vedarvu, he's making it 3 wide for the lead. And oh man, all these guys are just really, really racy here today. They are 3 wide, all the rows deep as now Vedarvu, he's taking the lead now, and he has a bumper full of James Qualls. Now here comes Cole Dalley being pushed by James McLeod in the 91. And oh boy, here comes two of McLeod's teammates right now, Dylan Poteet and Tim Fiegel. And right now they're on the front and back of Trent Dunham, who's sporting the Raven West white colors from the new video game Grid Motorsport. Oh, Autosport. Oh, wow. Big fail there. As Trent Dunham makes it 3 wide. He puts both of the Everham boys on the high side. And oh boy, Michael Norman. Oh, man, there was almost some contact between him and Dougie Shears, but they saved it. And oh, man, they're going 4 wide, and there they go. Seth Cole gets turned. Seth Cole gets turned, and oh, man, Ian Dunn, he just came in there charging. Joshua Collar, he also spins. And I saw James Qualls go straight into the grass, and oh man, that would bring out our first caution. And shockingly, that was not a huge wreck as I thought it was gonna be. And our leader at the line was Cole Dalley, but oh man. And oh man, Chris Darlington, he's back here. Seth Cole, he spun, he crossed the line in the 41st position. And oh boy, Chris Washer, he has a little bit of damage. They were going 4 wide out of the exit of turn number 4. You can't go 4 wide at Daytona and make it work. I mean, you can make it work, but it's really hard to. And James Qualls, he went deep in the inside, but he came back up and not get into anybody. He crossed the line in the 16th position. But oh man, our first caution was a real close one. Cole Dalley is our race leader. Let's see what happened. Well, here's how we brought out our first caution. I'm trying to see what's the best camera angle to see this. And oh, it looks like Seth Cole came up to Zach Hamlin. I'm trying to see where the contact starts. Yes, it did. Seth Cole came up onto Zach Hamlin, and that makes him get into James Qualls. And James Qualls, he gives the wall a smack as Seth, he just turns in front of the field. Then James Qualls, he gets turned by Dougie Shears. and he just goes straight into the grass. And oh man, and James Qualls, he is going in the grass nearly 170 miles an hour, and he crosses the line right here, and he just comes back onto the track, and oh wow, how did Dougie Shears not run into the back of that 42 car? Oh man, that's incredible. But anyway, back onto Seth Cole here after his spin. He spins out right in front of Zach Hamlin. He gets hit by Zach Hamlin. Then further back, Chris Darlington, he turns James Shelley, and then he comes in contact with Ian Dutta. Then he gets turned by Garrett Snyder. Oh, then Ian Dutta, he comes up right into Chris Washer and Joshua Collard. And oh man, Joshua Mudd, he just barely escapes getting hit by Seth Cole. Seth Cole in that number 52, The Last of Us, Sony PS3 Chevrolet SS. But oh man, this wreck could have been a lot worse. But oh man, some of these guys, they know what they're doing. And here we are back at Daytona. We're gonna restart on lap number 8 out of 30. After that accident, no cars dropped out. We still have our full field of 42 cars, and they all came down to take pit stops. And our new leader is Trent Dunham. He beat out Cole Daly as he will restart second. Third and fourth are the Everham boys, Tim Fiegel and Dylan Poteet. Fifth now is Kyle Matthews. Sixth is now Brian James. Seventh is Cody Lamas. Eighth now is Danny Wells. Ninth is Jessica Shelton, and rounding out the top 10 is Steven Gonzalez. And how about that 55 car? He started this race in dead last, and he's up in the top 10. And look who's in 11th, James McLeod. All of the Everham cars are right now are in the top 11, trying to represent for Dodge. Still plenty of racing here to go. The pace car is about to go back down pit road, and Trent Dunham, he is really going to have a lot to do. I don't know if he can block that 88, but we're about to get back underway here. The green flag is now back out here at Daytona. Trent Dunham's last SEGA Cup Series victory came back at Martinsville, I believe, where he barely beat out Joseph Lombard for the win. Or it may have been at Kansas when he beat his teammate last year, Jared Wakefield. I'm not sure. And here come the Everham boys, Tim Fiegel and Dylan Poteet. Dylan Poteet could have been the Season 2 champion last season. After the chase, he had won. I believe he won 4 races in the chase, and he just dominated when he was a Hendrick Motorsports. He signed a 1-year contract with Everham to drive the 10. Next season, he's going to go back to his roots and drive for Twin X Racing along with his good friend Seth Cole. And oh man, we're having a battle for the lead now. Brian James in the 78. Brian James moved up to the SEGA Cup Series level after staying in the ARCA Series. He does have one ARCA win under his belt, and that came at the first season finale at Zinjoltis. Well, the Season 2 finale, rather. I'm sorry. As Brian James, he's trying to hang on to that lead now. Here comes Jessica Shelton as oh man, all these guys are making it 3 wide. She's being pushed by the mayonnaise man himself, Charles Jackson. And oh boy, some of the pack have separated somewhat. This first pack, the last car in it now is Tim Fiegel, and leading the second pack now is James McLeod. And oh man, I just noticed that James McLeod, he's got some hood damage. Oh boy, that 91 may not be fully up to speed. That may have been why the pack separated. Right now they're battling for the 16th position now. Peachy London gets around him. Headed back up to the first pack now. Brian James, he's still the race leader, but here comes Stevie Pie himself, Steven Gonzalez now. Steven Gonzalez had to start in this race dead last after being wrecked by Charles Jackson in the second Gatorade duel. And speaking of Charles Jackson, I believe he's not too far behind. There he is. He's stuck on the high side. Oh boy! Oh boy, Trent Dunham, he just turned Danny Wells, and he almost made him wreck his teammate. And oh my God! Jake Rogers! Oh my God! Danny Wells goes for a ride, and that will no doubt bring out our second oh my God! That will no doubt bring out our second caution. We see James Shelley now on the apron. Oh man, Danny Wells just gets turned by Trent Dunham, then he just gets clobbered by Jake Rogers. Oh man, and these guys have to race back to the line. Steven Gonzalez, he's still the race leader, but here comes his teammate Matt Corcoran now in the 15 car. Matt Corcoran getting around Levi McIntyre as Steven Gonzalez, he's about to lead these guys back here to the caution, and oh my God, I haven't seen a hit like that in so long. Oh man, we haven't possibly seen a wreck like that since, oh wow, I can't even think of one, but it's got to be somewhere in the ARCA series. But oh man, Steven Gonzalez is the race leader, and oh man, Sky Commons, he's got a little bit of left side damage here. And oh man, Danny Wells, no doubt he's gonna be done. I mean, he went for a wild ride. Let's see what happened to the 19. And here's what happened to bring out our second caution. Just coming out of turn 4, Trent Dunham, he just hooks the left rear quarter panel of Danny Wells, and he actually sends him to sideswipe Dylan Pote, but Dylan, he's able to drive away pretty much nearly unscathed, but the 19 just goes for a spin. And oh man, further back, a second spin happened. Michael Norman, he got turned. And oh man, Jake Rogers, he just went straight to the inside. Michael Norman, he got turned by Derek Angle back there in the 5. And oh man, we saw this live. Jake Rogers, he just went charging towards the 19. And just look at that 19 car flying. Oh man, he flies almost across the start finish line. And James Shelley got a side swipe. That sent him below the apron. And oh man, Derek Angle, I don't know how in the world Derek Angle, he missed that. He turned Michael Norman, and that forced Jake Rogers deep in the inside. Oh man, we're gonna have to get some onboard cameras of this. But oh man, Danny Wells, he just got a wild ride there, and he just got slammed hard. Okay, here we are riding on board with the 19 Dodge Dealers Dodge Charger of Danny Wells. Hard by Rogers. Oh man, Danny Wells just went for a wow. I bet that is not he wanted to end his 500. Now here we are on board with the number 5 Farmers Insurance SS of Derek Angle. He hooked Jake Rogers. Then that made Michael Norman get turned. And then there's a contact from the 19 to the 28. And oh man, Derek Angle was lucky to not get hit by the 19. That's good driving by the 5. Now here we are on board with the number 28 Havoline Ford Fusion of Jake Rogers. That's got to be a real hard break for both Jake Rogers and Danny Wells. Well, let's head back to live action. Okay, here we are back at Daytona, and we're going to restart past the halfway mark on lap 16. Now, drivers out of the race, obviously, are Danny Wells, Jake Rogers, and James Shelley. James Shelley, he did come in contact with Danny's flipping 19, so apparently his car was too damaged to continue, so he drops out in 40th. Now, Chris Dalton is 2 laps down, and part of that is why Sean Gallagher and Charles Jackson have retired out. While they were taking pit stops, all of them just collided with each other on pit road, and Chris Dalton, he actually reset it in his pit box while he was taking his pit stop, so that's why he's a lap down. I believe he's still on pit road. Oh, well, he's leaving it now, but he's now caught 1 lap down. And Sean Gallagher and Charles Jackson, both of their cars were too damaged to continue, so they're now out of the race. And after pit stops, our new leader is Steven Gonzalez. Second is Levi McIntyre. Third is Matt Corcoran. Fourth is P2 London. Fifth is Brian James. Sixth is Cody Lamas. Seventh is Dylan Poteet. Eighth is Trent Dunham. Ninth is Dakota Hughes. And rounding out the top 10 now is Sean Henley. Pace cars making his way back onto pit road. We are going to restart with 15 laps to go. Steven Gonzalez, he has gone from 42nd to 1st. The green flag is back out. Looks like Steven got a pretty good start off the line. We now see Brian James and James Silverfox going to the inside now, trying to get ahead. Steven Gonzalez was forced to start dead last after being wrecked by Charles Jackson in the second duel of the Gatorade duels. Here comes his teammate Matt Corcoran trying to get to the inside of Levi McIntyre, but he doesn't have the speed right now. Levi McIntyre started in this race in second place. How would it be for the rookie to win the Daytona 500? Steven Gonzalez, he does know how to win at Daytona. In season 2 of the Mountain Dew Code Red Truck Series, he barely beat out James Qualls in the Daytona race. So he does know how to win here. As we now see P2 London try to go to the inside of Matt Corcoran now. Now we see Dylan Poteet. I guess that small hit from Danny Wells didn't affect his car. He's being pushed by James Silverfox and Dylan Thorough. And oh man, Brian James gets turned by Dakota Hughes. And oh man, Trent Dunham gets collected. And oh boy, Cody! Oh man, he just got turned by his teammate. Vedarvo is collected. Qualls is collected. Oh wow. And oh man, the backstretch is just littered with cars. Zach Hamlin has damage. Rohit Vedarvo is up in smoke. Chris Washer, William Duncan, Sky Commons, Trent Dunham, he hit the 78. Oh man. Oh wow, our third caution is out already. And oh man, it looks like Steven Gonzalez is leading them back down once again. Oh man, where's the 12 car? There he is. He crossed the line in 11th place. He just flat out turned Brian James. Oh wow, what was that about? Oh man, tension's playing at Daytona, and that's really going to make it crunch time now. When we get back racing, it's going to be less than 10 laps to go. Oh man, let's see what happened to Brian James and the rest of the field. Well, I have no idea what Dakota Hughes was thinking, but I guess Dakota was trying to get to the inside, but I guess he got tired of the 78 slowing him down, and he just flat out just turned him. Sean Henley, he got a little bit collected. At the 78 spins, there was nowhere Trent Dunham could go. I mean, he just hits the 78 and he just slams the inside wall hard. But it doesn't end there. Cody Lamas, he gets a little bit of contact, and that sends him to the apron. But we're going to have to get to that in a minute because a huge accident happened right behind these guys. James Qualls gets a hit, and that puts him up in smoke. Seth Cole, oh man, he slams into his other fellow video game car, Trent Dunham. Like I said, Seth Cole sponsoring The Last of Us and Beyond Two Souls, and Trent Dunham is sponsoring Grid Autosport. And oh man, Chris Washer, William Duncan's involved. Oh man, the backstretch was just littered with cars. There's Seth Cole. He got slammed by someone, and I believe it was William Duncan. Yes, it was. Oh man, just look at Seth Cole's 52 car spinning. And Chris Washer, he was also involved. And Trent Downer, he just went for a wild ride. He got he got slammed by Seth Cole, and that just sends him barrel rolling. Chris Washer hits him, and oh man, look at Chris Darlington. He went on 2 wheels. Oh wow, how did Chris Darlington not flip that 24 car? I will never know. William Duncan, he slides in the apron. Dylan Young, I believe Dylan Young got through all this. Then further ahead, we had another accident. Cody Lamas, he got turned by his teammate Garrett Snyder. Then Rohit Vedaravu was involved. Dougie Shears was involved. Tim Fiegel and Dylan Young, they drive through this. Zach Hamlin, he got involved. We're gonna have to ride on board with Dylan Young as he just got past all of this with no problem whatsoever. But first, let's rewind it one more time to see how Cody Lamas got turned. After coming in contact with Trent Dunham, he just went to the apron. He sideswipes the rear of the one car, and as he was coming back onto the track, I guess he didn't see his teammate. His teammate was coming in really fast, and then he just gets turned straight into the wall. Then he gets hit by Rohit Vedaravu. Zach Hamlin hits the driver's side of the 39. Oh man, Alex Ferranti, he just barely misses the 56. Then oh man, it's just non-stop. Like I said, we're gonna have to go on board with Dylan Young and the White Deuce because he missed both of those accidents. There he goes now. Here we are with the onboard camera of the White Deuce, Dylan Young. There's the Brian James spin just up ahead. There's Trent Dunham behind us. Seth Cole's big hit. Oh man, spectacular driving by Dylan Young as well as Tim Fiegel. They all avoided every single car in that back straightaway of the crash. Here we are back at Daytona, and whoa Nelly, after those accidents, we have a lot of cars out of this race. We're going to restart on lap 22 with 9 laps to go. Anyway, the cars now out of the race are now Chris Darlington, Seth Cole, Cody Lamas, Brian James, Chris Washer, William Duncan, Sky Commons, Trent Dunham, James Qualls, Rohit Vedaravu, and Zach Hamlin. That's it. We have 26 cars left on the track. After pit stops, Levi McIntyre, he has taken the lead from Steven Gonzalez. Third place is Gonzalez's teammate, Matt Corkland. Fourth is now Dakota Hughes. Fifth is P2 London. Sixth is Joshua Mudd. We haven't talked about him all day. Seventh is now Jessica Shelton. Eighth is Dylan Poteet. Ninth is his good friend Sean Henley. And rounding out the top 10 is Jackie Tang. Oh man, this 500 is anybody's race now. We have 26 cars left, and we have 9 laps to settle it. What will happen? Can Levi McIntyre hold off a charging Steven Gonzalez, who's already won at Daytona earlier in his career back in trucks? We're about to find out as we're having our restart. Gonzalez, he just jumped to the high side. I think he was trying to pull a crossover move, but I think it backfired on him because here comes his teammate. Oh man, Matt Corkland, he actually gave Gonzalez a little tap. Oh man, what was that about? top 5 are trying to break away. Joshua Mudd is now leading this second pack, but here comes Jessica Shelton on the inside, being pushed by Jackie Tang. And here comes Shelton's good friend now, trying to get into the top 10. Joshua Collar, we haven't talked about the Cheerios 43 all day. Here comes Alex Ferranti, who knows how to win here at Daytona. He almost won the past shootout. As they're making it 3 wide back here at Derek Angle, he's trying to push Sean Henley up here now. As Levi McIntyre, he's still hanging on to the race lead, but he has a bumper full of Matt Corcoran now. His teammate Dakota Hughes, he just passed Steven Gonzalez for 3rd. And look at that 15 car. That 15 car is a man on a mission. Matt Corcoran, we haven't even talked about him all race long. Now Matt Corcoran going to the inside now, trying to think about making a move on the double deuce. Levi McIntyre now forced on the high side. He's and oh man, I think he tried to get in front of his teammate, but he couldn't do it because here comes Dakota Hughes in the number 12 car. And oh boy, here comes Jessica Shelton. She's making it 3 wide. 3rd. Here comes someone that we haven't even talked about yet. James Silverfox now. Where did he come from? James Silverfox in the Red Bull Racing number 82. Silverfox, right now he's in the Mobile One Nationwide Series, driving the 77. He moved up to SEGA now, trying to represent for Red Bull. And oh man, he has a bumper full of Jackie Tang. And here comes Joshua Collett now, as Dakota Hughes is taking the lead. And now Derek Angle, he's trying to get into this pack. And oh man, he almost made it 4 wide, but McIntyre throws the block. And oh man, some of the cars have greatly separated now. Sean Henley and Alex Ferranti have lost the pack, as well as Dylan Pote, but they're trying to do whatever they can to catch him. As we now see this second pack being led by Dylan Thorough. He's getting in front of Joseph Lombard and Kyle Matthews. And oh man, almost some contact between Joshua Mudd and Charles Sanford. Oh man, keep it together, guys. They're about to be passed by both of the Everham boys, Spiegel and McLeod. Heading back up to the front now. And I think we just had a lead change. Jackie Tang, he's taking the lead now. But here comes McIntyre. Jackie Tang in the 77. We haven't talked about him all race long. He did start out in the Mobile One Nationwide Series, but he got replaced by Chris Dalton. And here comes Derek Angle. He's making it 3 wide now. We have 5 laps to go, and the laps are winding down. This is anybody's race. The race is not over until that checker flag drops. And Derek Angle, he's the guy in charge right now. Oh man, the rowdy rookie, the real aggressive driver out of Hendrick Motorsports. He wants to bring that 5 car back to victory lane. The last person to do it was Dylan Pote at, I believe, Indianapolis. But here comes Matt Corcoran and Peachy London to spoil the party. Matt Corcoran now going to the lead now, being pushed by Peachy London and Jessica Shelton. I bet Jessica Shelton is just biding her time to make a move now. She better hope that she doesn't cause another wreck like she did in the Bud shootout. LCQ race. Jessica Shelton trying to get to the inside of Peachy London to try to catch Matt Corcoran. And here comes Joshua Collard. Remember in the Gatorade duel, he made his move at the right moment and he could have won, but he ended up finishing 3rd in that race. And oh man, and look who just caught this pack. Sean Henley and Alex Ferranti. And Dylan Pote, he fell back to the second pack. I don't think he can come back up here now. And oh boy, Levi McIntyre, he was at the left rear quarter panel of Derek Angle. He didn't turn him, but that was close. And oh man, now we got Matt Corcoran. He's trying to pull away from the pack, but Jessica Shelton is trying to chase him down with the help of Joshua Collard. And I don't think Joshua can get back to the inside. No, he can't. And here comes Stevie Pie, Steven Gonzalez. He started this race dead last. And oh man, are they going 4 wide? Okay, no, they're not. I thought they were. But Derek Angle, he just gets in front of Alex Ferranti now. Alex Ferranti, for the last 2 seasons, for the first season, he drove for Penske. But for the last 2 seasons now, he's been driving that Roush number 99. He's been doing real good at it. The last race he won in season 2 was back at Loudon. I don't know if he can try to get up here for the win. And oh man, we got us about for the lead. The Michael Watcher Racing boys, Steven Gonzalez and Matt Corcoran. We now have 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go now, and it all comes down to this. We better hope to not see another caution, but here comes Derek Engel to spoil the party again. Here comes Silver Fox being pushed by Levi McIntyre. The only Penske car not up here is Dylan Young. Oh man, Penske really showing a dominant performance here. But Steven Gonzalez, just look at the gap he has over the rest of the leaders. But oh boy, here comes Derek in the 5. The 55 in the 5. Doesn't that sound familiar, eh, Dylan? But oh boy, coming out of turns 3 and 4, we're coming to the white flag. Steven Gonzalez has no competition right now, but Derek Engel and Levi McIntyre. McIntyre's getting a charge, and here comes Collard. Now Collard's trying to get a charge. You know that some guys are leaving pit road. Some guys couldn't make it on fuel. You know, boy, this just turned into a fuel mileage race. Steven Gonzalez better hope he doesn't run out of fuel. But oh man, here comes McIntyre. Levi McIntyre, he is charging towards that 55 car. Oh man, this is it. But here comes Jackie Tang on the inside. McIntyre clearly has the faster car, but can he get around the 55? Steven Gonzalez throws the block, and just look how close Levi is. Oh man, they're coming out of turns 3 and 4 for the final time. McIntyre, does he have anything for the 55? There's lap traffic ahead, but it may be too little too late. McIntyre's making his move, but I don't think it'll happen. Yes, it has just happened. Steven Gonzalez has just won the Daytona 500. Oh wow, I need to catch my breath. Oh wow, I'm talking a little bit too fast there. But oh man, Steven Gonzalez, how about that? That 55 car started this race dead last. He started this race in position 42, and he wins the Daytona 500. Wow. Oh my goodness. Stuck on the high side, and I think his teammate Matt Corcoran just gave him a thumbs up. Matt Corcoran ended up finishing in the 8th position. Levi McIntyre, oh man, he started this race second, and he will finish second. He really gave it his all. And Joshua Collard, and oh man, he just went 2 for 2 for 3rd place. But there is our winner right. Where is he? Where is he? I think I lost him. Oh, he already went to his pick box. He had the first pick box. But oh man, Steven Gonzalez, how about that? I don't believe ever in the history of the NR 2003 community have we ever had anyone start from dead last to win the Daytona 500. I don't think that's ever happened. And Steven Gonzalez, he showed what he was made of today. S3 Daytona 500, so I know it's from SEGA. And that is official. Steven Gonzalez wins the Daytona 500 after starting in dead last. That is really an amazing feat by Steven right there. Levi McIntyre, he was so close, but he was the highest finishing rookie in 2nd place. Joshua Collard, he made his move a little bit too late, and once again he gets his 2nd, 3rd place finish of the season. Jackie Tang, McIntyre's teammate, ends up 4th. Silver Fox ends up 5th. Derek Engel, the charging rookie, he ends up 6th. Alex Franti fell back to 7th. Matt Corcoran fell back to 8th. PeteUlander is 9th. And rounding out the top 10 was Jessica Shelton. Oh boy. Next we have Dakota Hughes, Joseph Lombard, Dylan Pote, Dylan Thoreau, and Tim Fiegel. That was the top 15. Then it was Kyle Matthews, James McLeod, Charles Sanford, Joshua Mudd, Garrett Snyder, and he rounded out the top 20. Excuse me. I'm still trying to catch my breath. Sean Henley ends up 21st. Ian Dutta ends up 22nd. And Cole Daly ends up 23rd. The last car on the lead lap. Now, Dougie Shears, Dylan Young, and Michael Norman, I guess they had to come down pit road. They couldn't make it on fuel. So they ended up 1 lap down. And then from 27th on down to 42nd. Oh man, we pretty much lost. We almost lost half the field. Zach Hamlin, the pole sitter, Rohit Vedaravu, teammates James Qualls and Trent Dunham, Sky Commons, William Duncan, Chris Washer, Brian James, Cody Lamas, Seth Cole, Chris Dollarton, Sean Galligan, Charles Jackson, James Shelley, Jake Rogers, and Danny Wells. That is our field. Oh my goodness. We had insane crashes here and spectacular racing. And Stevie Pie himself, Steven Gonzalez, captures his second Daytona win in my leagues, but he captures his first ever Daytona 500. And another tidbit, that's also his second ever Second Cup Series victory. His first win came back last season at Richmond, where he raced himself into the chase. And right now, he's a Daytona 500 champion. Well, I'm finally done here. Well, the next Second Cup race, obviously, is going to be at Phoenix International Raceway, which you guys also know as Twinix, or as Dylan calls it, the Phoenix International Raceway. So what kind of racing will we see there? We'll see as we head out west to the desert. Congratulations one last time to Steven Gonzalez for winning the 500, and we'll see you next time.